Welcome to another episode of my Let's Play of Tyranny. Now I recognize why people don't say welcome to my episode 3 because it's hard to keep track of the numbers. Of course, I am Sir Dupree from the Knights of the Round Table of Awesome, here to go to the disfavored camp. Again, I'm playing this through a second time, at least the first 3 or so hours of it. I just got through the camp after this. What do I got? Dodge. Hail, Fatebinder! Camp's up ahead. Don't mind us, just clearing rabble. I still don't understand what I've done to offend. I respect that these are now disfavored lands. I'm happy to give the Legion proper toll, but she's going on about trading rates. What nonsense is that? I'm not allowed to trade one thing for another? It's not like I'm selling weapons to angry peasants or the sort. Overlord regulates if you let your goods are forfeit. What? I mean, to whom should I speak such a thing? Not us, not our problem. Maybe march your butt to the bastard city and plead your case to Tuan, but lighten the burden and relieve you of your wares first. That should make for the long trip more bearable. Anything to be argued before Tuan may be argued before me. What's there to discuss? We should kill this mongrel, and the Fatebinder wishes to wait on the matter. Courtesy demands we listen. This is a disfavored matter, but I know agents of the court do so love to throw their judgment around. Oof. Lucky I can't kill you. Well, you could rob me now and have supplies today, or you can leave me alive and have fermented honey all year long. Even I know a few family recipes for painkillers and healing drought. Certainly armor will need these. Huh, what a coincidence. The family recipe smells a lot like the scar for his own concoction. Where do you steal this? I don't know what you're getting. How stupid do you think I am? I'll tell you everything. Don't hurt me. I found most everything out in the forest of the valley. I keep my head low when I heard the sounds of combat. Then I take a look and grab whatever claim was made first by the victors. So you stole from the disfavored dead? How else did you get your hands on that iron? You would come here and sell us our own armaments? If anything has an owner, I will return it. But the iron was turned to rust if left in the mud in the battlefield. The disfavored are few in number, and is that not right? You need a man like me to gather up supplies that would otherwise go to waste. Yeah. You're now a slave. We will? We will. It sickens me to make an exception for this vulture, but if you supply this favored without profit, perhaps this inscription is best. It's not like our larders are overflowing. A work slave to scrounge up provisions would be an asset. Thank you for interceding on my behalf. I know my life will now depend on showing that his favor due gratitude for suffering my presence. If I must grovel to earn my daily grain, so be it. It's weird that this game doesn't have magic points. I mean, it seems like I can just cast everything. Slow down a moment. Both eager. But I need to ask you something first. What's that? Told me as a mediator coming, considering, well, I can't help but feeling that we'll have the story, so let's have it. What's so special? Did the voice in Rats ask you to spy on me? A word for loss. Well, aren't you surprised? It's our Garden of Secrets. Knowing in advance of his business. So snatching up any advantage over Graven Ash to those compete a couple of new recruits to spot around the fire. Sorry, I forgot to set my... There we go. Now I know. I'm here to deliver an edict from Curus. If nothing nefarious, the voices is just curious why you're here. If you want to know more, he wouldn't be able to suss it out that easily. He would have sent one of his scarier peons in my stead. That's crazy kind of sense, considering how long this siege has taxed the army. I can understand why Curus would send you in his edict to speed things along. Have you read it? Do you know what it says? Yeah. Must claim it or all will perish. One more thing. Thanks for cluing me in. If Curus, just tell me where to duck. Well, says the voice toward you. Only that I could find you on the edge room truthfully. I could have picked you out of the crowd. You're one of us who hasn't spent the last few months. Why so suspicious? Just a feeling I got. When the Archons are together, the air gets taut as a bowstring. I can't help but think that no amount of compromise will get them to sing eye to eye. Really ought to go to meeting of the war tent is center of the camp. So I got this, which gives me a reputation ability, which shows that Verse likes me. And now we can do death from above.
Will do.
The guy I just talked to. You don't tell me to present myself. Do what I want. Well, look at you, our gate crasher from the coast. You're still in one piece? Welcome to this favor's camp. Happy to honor you to pay us all our wishes. Graven Ass protects. That he does! Be well, Fate Binder. Glory to Kairos. So, I'm going to be truthful in this game, mostly because I believe lying should only make sense in certain... Hail to you, Guardian of the Law. If you have few excess rings weighing you down, best be burden yourself before your battle. What do you know if the disfavored suffer a merchant in their camp that a man must be selling only the finest provision and armaments? Take a look. My lord is familiar with trade. Might I inspect your stock? Of course, by all means. I have nothing to hide. Everything seems to be of order here. Glad to hear it. There isn't a temptation in the world that would steer me from good favor of Tunon or Kairos. Let me see your wares. Scroll of Frost, I guess. Don't really have that much. Four. Any of the stuff that makes my lore go up by 40. I get some cheese. That's the one I want, this one. There. Now I know the Frost Core. You know when I first looked at that, the inventory, I thought this was weight. Yep, I'm the dummy. Who's this person? Ah. Who cares about you? Why do people want to be in this camp in the first place?
Can't do that. Sorry, I can't.
Glory the voices of Narot! Fate Binder Vala, I presume. I am Bitter Quip, here as emissary for the Scarlet Chorus. What's it like? Reporting to Iron Hag is an insult. She once fought a duel for a tower, won. Her leadership must be continuously proven, earned, and defended. Weakness should bleed the bottom from the army, not to rise from the top. My assignment here is also an insult, but one I will bear for the good of the chorus, if only to see with my own eyes the failure of the disfavored. That will be one fine day. Chorus is the future of the tears. I feel the fear. What in particular you'd like to know? I really like that voice. Okay. I'm a blood center. My magic turns the will of man in tide of battle. I held command for 3 years now. Though being forced to keep an eye on the disfavored is not the reward I envisioned for my service thus far. He is a supreme commander, a public servant. He who set us free but directs us all. Voices Narad, the epitome of what a musician without equal, and the leader of incountable numbers. I don't really care how they join.
Can't.
Since I am a little tired of reading, let's go talk to the Archons. Sorry. I got some water. I know that was boring. I thought I would just go to here right away.
That's 4 reports of avalanches in the mountains now. The Tearsmen can barely count past 9. They have neither the capacity nor the cause to close off the mountain passes. Either way, that leaves the 2nd and 4th cohort trapped outside the valley.
I wonder if those are.
Or it's the work of your perfidious Earthshakers. Only a fool would not suspect a traitorous Archon of poisoning the mind of his students with sedition. We would have killed the Earthshakers Guild for their master's treachery, but I'm sure you have some perfectly valid reason for allowing them to live as your pawns.
That sounds weird. Doesn't sound like what you do.
Hey, watch yourself. When these two get going, you don't want to get between them.
I'm here to proclaim the edict. Queenslayer! No doubt your present hero strike despair into the hearts of our enemies. Lord Ash, Lord Narot, our guest is here. They're silent.
How wonderful you could join us, Quakebringer, Executioner of Cairn. You grace us with your presence. Here's hoping you have another edict for bringing childish Archons to heel.
My soldiers tell me you helped Commander Drotus on your way through Edring. You honor the court with your selfless cooperation, for that is the sort of camaraderie that Kairos demands of us all.
I require no
Modesty
thanks.
is your prerogative, but know that cooperation and goodwill have been rarities of late. You do your Lord Tunon a great honor by aiding your cousins in the disfavored.
Oh, don't mind us while you trade your gushing praise. We're sure the Fatebinder has come because our company lacks in small talk.
I come bearing
Once
edict.
again, you bring us support in a time of need. We fondly remember your service to the chorus in the taking of the Bastard City. We knew back then you were destined for great things. But we had not anticipated you would be twice honored with the task of proclamation. So, do not keep us waiting. What is the Overlord's will?
You need some encouragement.
The Overlord means to compel us into action. No doubt the avalanches in the mountains are part of this ultimatum. We must conquer the Oathbreakers or die in failure. There is no room for error, and no other way out of this valley alive.
True.
We'll need to advance across the Matani. We lose everything if we stand still. And we move to backup Plan Green. The Earthshakers didn't make it over the mountain in time. So we do this the hard way. Over the walls instead of through.
So, you found your backbone at last! Oh, we were worried past humiliations would make you soft, timid. That was a record for you, right? The baker's dozen lost in one sortie. If you had waited for the chorus reinforcements, maybe we'd have eyes and ears on the matter.
They call you the Archon, but you certainly don't seem to know anything remotely
I
useful.
second the Fatebinder. Thought you had the memories of one of those Oathbreakers rattling about that bronze gourd of yours. Would Kairos' mighty spy master please enlighten this gathering of allies with some...
Our river was to be the bulwark, but with the tidecasters slain, what hope remains? It's so cold in here. Help me, please. Our sources tell us the Oathbreakers had some sort of magical trick in store, but this knowledge is tinged with fear, trepidation. If we make a move for the Matani, we suspect the Oathbreakers will mount a counterattack that is equal parts valiant and futile.
I know that voice.
Good ear, young Fatebinder. When the Vendrian guards surrendered, Matani Yanev had the audacity to demand an audience. Being the gracious Archon we are, we obliged. What the good captain knew, we now know.
All right. No more still. I expect his
You
favorite to march
delivered
at
your
once.
edict. Do not pretend it gives you the right to give orders to an Archon.
My lord, Barak and his band has drilled out Echo Call assault plan. The Crescent Runner should be briefing him as we speak regarding the latest enemy movements along the river. I will dispatch him at once. And I will ensure the chorus stands so ready to march. The Saber can take the river. The chorus has the manpower to secure the outer ring of the valley.
Our soldiers clamor for battle, and at last we shall have it. Verse, we command you to continue guarding the Fatebinder. Tunan's Chosen is our honored guest, and must be shown our finest hospitality.
I won't let you down, boss. She'll get through the campaign in one piece, as long as she doesn't do anything too stupid.
No, I'll do something pretty dumb.
Finally, the fool and his puppet are gone. Perhaps now I can hear myself think. Rarely do I question Kairos' judgment, but I will never understand why the voices of Narot is given such authority. I shudder to think what will become of us all should Tunon favor him in the end. Though the edict threatens the Scarlet Chorus just as it threatens us, I cannot shake the feeling that our allies will work against us. Queenslayer, I would ask that you join us in battle, if only for the satisfaction of your presence enraging the enemy. If you wish to be counted amongst the glorious, speak with the Iron Marshal. She will direct the order of battle until we are ready for the final push into the Citadel.
In short, scouts, short a few soldiers, short a few everything. I'm sure my brethren would be grateful for the assistance of a skilled outsider. I would be honored to help. I will be at the training grounds ready the soldiers. Find me when you're ready. I'm loath to mention it. The chorus can likely use your assistance. They certainly won't secure the outer valley on their own. Fifth Eye will be somewhere in the Rast Nest they call a Camp Dewey. Seek him out if you must. I will. I will seek him out. I had a sneezing fit right there. Oh, she wants to talk to me. Do what? Back in the Archon's tent, you cast Edict as casually as reading a supply shipment. Oh, I've done it before. I didn't know. I didn't realize earlier. You proclaimed the Edict of Stone and Azure? It blighted an entire realm, all to destroy the rebellious Archon. I can't believe that was you. That was me, all right. Well, call me impressed. Considering that you read the words of Kairos more than once, I'm surprised you're alive to tell it. Your vocal cords should have turned of ash by now, like mine is by playing this game for 6 hours. I'm not trying to make you feel uncomfortable. It's just worth recognizing what you've done. Not only are Tuon's Fatebinder, you're the mouthpiece of the Overlord. Give me reason to stick around. That's enough for now. All right. Loading. This is a loading screen. That's my loading screen song. I don't remember if I talked to people. I am the ring commander, but lately I'm just organizing patrol to stay out of the way. You should talk to the Iron Marshal. Yeah, the forestmen are gone. And Frizo Radix, the head of the Earthshaker, was supposed to arrive with a group of the most competent spell slingers. I don't know what's holding their arrival. It worries me. Well, I could lend a hand. Could you? I knew Tuon's agent wouldn't fail us a second time. Wouldn't fail us a time of need. I'll mark the last note inside the Earthshaker rune for good hunting. It should be over real quick. The first cohort arrived for the kill, but that was before we knew the Variant Guard had sages and Water Witch on their side. The bigger problem is Scarlet Chorus. They're eagerly conscript the Vendrian Guard, but I have no proof of this, but it seems they do very little to keep a watchful eye of these drafted tiersmen. They often send out patrols, but we expect us an opportunity to escape back to the Vendrian Guard. Every chorus conscript's a choice, life under cars or death under the army's boot. By all means, feel free to cut down, we won't be offended. So, just so we don't mistake each other, I know what I'm saying carries implications of treachery. I'm not making formal accusations before Tuon's agent. I'm just boasting my gut. Fine. Farewell. Since I'm reading this, I'm probably not going to read too much, ask people too much about themselves. If I was playing this game, I probably would. But it feels like my voice is already kind of leaving me. There, now it look cool. But that's one thing I was saying the first time I played this game, was how, you know, you're such an important person, like one of the most important people in the world. I'm rich, I've done a lot of cool things, and basically speaking, my equipment sucks. It's terrible. That I just found better armor while just, you know, stealing. Which is what I'm doing right now. I like stealing. I like...
That wasn't so hard.
Ooh. So let's read this. Neat. Let's pick. Bam. Fine. Shocking. What does this do? Strength. So this makes the charged fist stronger. Yeah, we'll see how a stronger strong fist. And for you, Searing Palm, it makes it stronger as well. And if we pick this for the Fireball, nope. 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 Yep. There we go. Oh, it also has the order. I didn't even notice that. Nope. Doesn't. These are people who help train me. Yep. I don't want... Well, I wouldn't mind being trained in athletics.
You learn something every day.
Level up again. Add a little bit more finesse. I want to be a leader. Party gains 2 quick item slot and consumables while using combat. Abundant arms. I'll be a good leader. All right. Cool beans. Quick item slot. Might as well use these things. I'm very bad at using those things.
Will do.
Alright, let's get this quest. Pairing weapons and scrap is exactly what I call a craft. Why not forge bronze? Bronze will do in a pinch, don't get me wrong. You can take a beating and get bent back into shape, unlike stud and iron we have here. We always have plenty of tin and copper lying around, so supplies aren't a problem. It's a rare smith that can turn out military-grade bronze consistently. More often than not, it comes out soft. Look around camp. We're garbing the Legion from head to toe in iron because it's cheaper and easier to produce for the masses. Couldn't do that with bronze. They're called a disfavor, the Iron Legion for a region. Strategy and skill may be our backbone, but our claws are made of iron. The good stuff that comes from the smiths and the Lithians crossing. I'm afraid so. The last shipment was sent down to Matani, went missing near Echo's Call crossing. I'm afraid we won't be seeing any more. Why is this first I'm hearing of it? Keep your voices down. Graven Ash doesn't want to panic to cause the information to the Veteran Guard. The best case scenario, the iron tumble out of the boat and rusting the riverbed. Worst case is the enemy. If I'm my son, I suppose I'll keep an eye out. You can trust me to handle this. I appreciate that, as does the great general. More than he guesses. He maybe isn't quick to offer his things to outsider, but know he'll be grateful for your help. He'll be a boon to the war officer. Trust me. New Tuan when dispatch you without good reason. The court is exactly known to Gable 6. Hi. You see that? That's how we tell apart the iron shipments from the rest. Inconspicuous so people don't go snooping around. We want to keep our eye out for good hunting. Oh wait, I don't want to buy that. I want to look at it. Oathbreaker, damn it, down here. What about that shield last time? I don't want this stuff. Tab. Ooh, I can steal this. See, I have the ceremonial fate binder of Tuan's boats. Whatever. Just don't cuddle the impact. Push back with your shield. Take the moment. I said your eyes open to the waistline. If you spend more time glancing, you've lost. Need to say top of your troops or they will rust. It's good for their own good, even if you displease it. Kylo's ultimatum has a camp on edge, some with dread, but most are rife with anticipation. We have a lot of brothers and sisters to avenge, and the warriors are eager to take out some aggression. If I choose the edict as a blessing, it forces general act. What's the situation? I've masked Kokar of the crossing, Veteran Guard may be able to look on to hold on the bridge, but they cannot hold against the concerted three-prong attack. I have no right to give the order, but we all die to Kairos edict should we fail. So I'll not let my pride blind me. I will assist. Then our plans must work. Might work. We are loath to work with those who do not share our training and values, but we know that Tuan the Adjutant selects only the most capable minds in his court. I trust you will honor the fields. Atio will be leading the charge, assisting you with the sword and shield. Before you ask, no forward-bound will flash when they fitted armor will survive the edict of storms. His armor doesn't exactly come off. Technically, it's quite brilliant. Otherwise, it's Barrett. Come meet the Fatebinder.
Fatebinder, the Iron Marshal has tasked me with keeping you alive, and I have no intention of disappointing her. That should be enough assurance for anyone. Likewise, good Binder.
Barrick, is that you under there? I had no idea you were in Vendrian's well. Fatebinder, do you know this walking anchor?
You know
No.
each other?
Oh, that is to say, yes. I'm already as familiar with this ironclad halfwit as I care to be.
We don't have time to trade jabs today, Verse. After the siege, you can throw as many tantrums as you please. I suggest that we remain focused on the mission.
No offense to the mission, but seeing you looking like a garbage heap and reeking of a mass grave is more amusing by far. Did you forget how to don your armor, or did Graven Ash leave you out in the rain?
That can change. When the tiers are fully under our command, I'll take you to whatever passes for a watering hole in this forsaken country. We'll drink the local swill to honor the fallen.
Forget the fallen. I know a great brothel in Lethian's Crossing where we can watch something rise, then fall, then rise again.
The Fatebinder will be joining us as we push across the river. I figured an extra hand might help. And more importantly, if a worries become true, the course tries to impede the mission, we'll have an observer from the court on our side.
Better to work with the Honorable Binder than some chorus children.
I'll ask Barris to accompany you to cooperate between the Scarlet Course. Beric, you've seen without cohort since the last battle of Starheart. It's time we give you another task. The more within the Holly wagons and leading trains. Ash has been assigned to you, Fatebinder Surgeon. You're assumed the task ongoing until something more permanent spot for you, swift approach. Is that understood? You mean stubborn as pulling a spire out of the earth, but his gold's shoulder. I hope you don't mind the company. Excellent. I look forward to your success on the field. Alright. Put a break here. Like and subscribe. Yada yada yada.